Hello everyone, this is my second Starcraft 2 video. I've prepared this PvZ replay. We're gonna watch some interesting tree-based defense against multi-pronged mass roach attacks. And well, I'm not gonna say anything more. Let's start it. So I'm here on the map Cloud Kingdom. I am Grandmaster Protoss AI Headhunter, and against me is TomikuS, who is Grandmaster Zerg, like top 50. He's, well, either the best or second best Zerg in the Czech Republic. So the start will be pretty standard. As you can see, I'm on 8 population. I rally my rally point from Nexus to the natural. So the pylon is exactly on time as I need it. And I'm sending early scout, obviously. This is something you have to do against Zerg. Either you may lose to 6 pool or something, so you have to early scout. Cloud Kingdom is quite a good map for a free base defense. It's way easier than, for example, Antigua. So this is my plan from the beginning, to make a free base, defend, or as Vitra says, make expand and defense it, and then maybe counterattack, try some push before Broodlords, or we'll see how the game goes. So as you can see, I'm trying to deny his closest mineral by mining and stopping before the probe gets the mineral, so I can continue. But now I let the probe take the mineral because it's after 2 minute mark and I need to block his natural expansion. At the same time, I'm putting my gateway instead of forge, which is a little bit of mind game because I knew, my opponent knew, that if I start with the gateway, I tend to make some early aggression. It's it's called the Titan expand way instead of Forge expand. It's basically the same, but you switch the order of the buildings. You make gateway, then Nexus, and then Forge, so you can have earlier core and earlier warp gate. But you don't need to worry about these things. You can imagine it's a Forge expand because it doesn't matter in this game. It's just a mind game. I'm working with the information my opponent knows about me. So here the Nexus goes. I try to block his third spot for his natural expansion, and obviously I need to save my probe. I would like to get away from this drone. I don't want him to see exactly where my probe is. And yes, now he backed his drone, so I can, go around and hide the probe somewhere to do the secondary scouting. So here's my one guess. Probably I'm gonna make my second guess on the expansion, which is something I really like to do against Zerg, because I mess up his scouting of my second guesses. Because he sees one guess at each expansion, and when the 6 minute mark or 6:30, and he wants to scout my second guesses, he needs to scout both bases, not only my second base. So, but in time it also can become, uh, you know, uh, like obvious that I make the guess here. So I need to switch it up from time to time. So I recommend to every Protoss to make his guesses randomly, like sometimes two at home, sometimes two as natural, sometimes mix it up. So here's my secondary scout. I verified he has 3 base, so there's probably no all-in coming up. I tried to scout his guesses, but I managed to scout only one, but that doesn't matter because he already had three hatches, so there can't be any guess. I'm sending my zealot out, clearing the way from circlings. I also made a second zealot, which I like to do, because I can send them to his turret and force some links. And if I don't force a links, I can maybe kill queen or some drones. So two zealots are good for scouting, for checking the Xelna gas, making sure there is no mass links or any alien coming up. So I'm sending the two zealots to his turret. Meanwhile, you can see I'm making my robo on quite standard timing, shortly after 6 minutes, and making some sentries. So two zealots coming up to this expansion, few links already waiting. I'm probably gonna lose my one zealot. No, I'm gonna save it. No, I'm not. The queen range is pretty good, so one zealot can't kill queen. I got surrounded by drones. That was pretty nice. Uh, it shows that my opponent was a Warcraft 3 player. I was too, but that doesn't matter that much. So, for few gateways coming up, 3 gateways. So I have Robo and 4 gate. This is like the ideal production for taking a free base, because I'm gonna need more gateways, but 4 gateways allow me to get on the map, and I built another gateways as a part of my wall on my third or somewhere. So I'm trying to kill his scouting overlords. This one is surely dead. This on the cliff, it's harder to get, but I maybe get it anyway thanks to observer. And Link's coming here, trying to surround or catch my sentry. I have to be careful about this. One immortal in production. Right now my opponent still doesn't know I'm going to expand. He may think I'm gonna immortal sentry all in, with the word prison, for example. So he still doesn't know. It's good, to make the two builds look similar until you take the Nexus. So even if his overload scouted my base, he still wouldn't be sure if I'm all-inning or taking taking an expansion. But he's quite good, so he's gonna scout my third base with links probably very soon. And here it is, Nexus, 2 pylons. Also, I'm making some pylons, as you can see in the front of my natural, because I like to wall off here. I think walling, when you wall off something like your third base or just anything on any map, it's always better to wall off the place that has, ramp, because the roaches that go up, they have to gain the vision first. So it's better than walling off on my third, where roaches can easily pick off the gateways from a distance. So right now I'm gonna lose my high energy sentry. That was very good snipe from him. Well, it's a little mistake. It's kinda hard to micro those sentries back because the units they stack to each other. Sentries are slow, so even though you back them in time, you still might lose them. You have to be very careful about your sentries. So right now he's trying to go up to this ramp, but I already walled off, and I have one cannon and now few units behind the wall. I just lost the cannon, but it doesn't matter. It served its purpose. So I need to strong up my defense, because with my observer I checked that he still didn't take all of his guesses, which means 100% he's gonna like semi all in, mass roach link and constant pressure on various places. So that's good for scouting, just to check his guesses, and it can be any infestor on middle disk switch. So right now he's killing my gateways, but that's okay, because they just needed to get me some time. I put a force field down. I also need to switch from my second expansion to my third, and defend both places at the same time. I need to split my army, put some force field, and not let many roaches in, but to also do some damage. So right now I'm not feeling very comfortable, because I lost all my wall and I lost some sentries. And he's playing it very well, because his attacks are synchronized, so it's really hitting at the same time. and he's just sniping some buildings, some units, and he's doing it very well, I would say. But I'm in a good position. I'm having my blink on the way. I'm repairing my wall, and I have two groups of the two armies, and I can easily switch between my third base and the natural, just tapping one or two my hotkeys. Right now I'm losing few probes. He's positioned him very well, and this is great attack from him because he denied me to go down. There's another bunch of roaches, and this is a great move from him. I have to put some force field, and now I cannot save my nexus. I can kill these roaches, but I'm gonna lose my sentries because they are in front, and I'm backing them off. I'm trying to back them off, but only two survived. I killed a quite decent amount of roaches, and in meantime, I obviously didn't have time to micro, so I have 1500 minerals, and there's another bunch of units trying to get on my ramp, but I have some units, some cannons, no, three cannons, so he backed off. I'm rebuilding my nexus. It seems like a bad position, but it's still quite good because I realized he's in and all in. He still didn't take his guesses. He's still on in low tech roaches and links, so it's okay for me to lose my nexus as long as I have a good amount of ropes and good army. It's still good. So if you're in a similar situation and you lose your nexus or something, just save your probes and you're still okay. You remake your nexus, you lose some mining time obviously because the probes cannot mine here, but it's still okay. I have 5 immortals, I remade some sentries, I have +3 attack going on, I have blink. So I think I'm still a good position. He's poking. I'm not very overconfident with my force fields, and right now I have to use the force fields because he goes from two sides and he sandwich my army. This is very good from him. This is gonna be a good trade. But I have a lot of units, so I will eventually clear this up. But I lost 4 immortals, maybe even the fifth one. But there was still a decent trade, I would say, because as you can see, the supplies are similar, and even if he's up some supply, it's still better for me because roaches are, like the worst units to fill your supply up to 200. So I obviously don't know that. I obviously was a little bit just panicking because I lost all my immortals. But I know this is the second time I killed almost all of his army, so I'm feeling pretty decent. I have, a quite good amount of cannons, 4 at my turret, 3 at my ramp in the natural. I'm making some blink stalkers because they have +3, and always want to have few zealots because links do very good against blink stalkers. They force you to blink early, they surround you, you don't do bonus damage against links. Links are pretty good against blink stalkers, so always mix in a few zealots. And I prepared my warp prism because I'm feeling confident in holding this without immortals. I think he cannot break me, so I make a warp prism and I need to harass him as soon as possible because he might be switching from the aggression to attacking and making infestors, crawlers, and preparing for broodlords very soon. And I won't have any colossus. I'm not playing colossus very often against Zerg, so it's hard to break infestor crawler line with just stalkers. So I need to harass him as soon as possible, limit his mining, and so on. So I'm spotting he only just now started his fourth expansion, so I'm feeling pretty good because we are on the same amount of bases. And I'm probably gonna warp some zealots, cancel his fort, and maybe warp some zealots in his main or something. Right now I'm being attacked on my natural, but I didn't see it. Was like too busy. I'm checking in too late, but I still managed to warp in some zealots, and they gonna earn me some time before for me to split my army, send few stalkers on my in my base, and to keep checking my main army on my third. So right now I'm still defending quite well. He's doing some damage, he's unpowering my gateways, my robo, but it doesn't matter for me that much. It's just the pylons because I don't need to warp, like I don't need to use the production buildings right now. And at least now I caught up the roaches in the, in the, and I don't know how to call it, in the way between my third and my fifth, let's say. So that's good. I killed a lot of army in my home and on the map, and I lost only few pylons and unimportant stuff. I didn't lose like many probes. I didn't lose army. So right now I'm in an excellent position, I would say. There's a link run by trying to do some damage, and but I'm in a position. I'm shooting the links, and they did absolutely nothing. In the meantime, I lost my war prism, so my obviously I think I handled this situation quite good, but obviously it could be done much better. The multitasking wasn't ideal. I shouldn't lose. It's my war prism, and the links trying to run there again, but again I'm in the position, so no damage is done. I'm warping High Templars with Storm, and I need to think about my next move. I need to either make a push before Broodlords and break him, or start to add Stargate and make a mothership transition or something. So I have a decent amount of Blink Stalkers with +3 and High Templars with Storm. So as I said, it's not a good army for breaking mass crawlers. You can't make push with High Templars so good as the push with Colossi would be, even though it's both are splash damage units. But he doesn't have crawlers, so it's good. I need to back off once again to kill the links, so he earned some time, but in meantime my War Prism warped a bunch of zealots in his main, and that's very good. I'm not even checking it, but I didn't do any damage. He was in position and he fungled me, killed the War Prism. Zealots did, I guess, no damage, but it was a good try. I needed to do this. Maybe I could have checked if the army is there before I warped the zealots, but at least I know he's out of position and I can snipe few crawlers. I can get myself in a good position and I can throw some stores or feedback. I need to throw the feedbacks, and as you can see I'm trying to feedback all the infestors. I feedback most of them. I can't get through my stalkers, outpass them, so I couldn't reach all the infestors. But few storms also quite good. Storms are not ideal against roaches, but it serves its purpose when you're fighting. So it's just you know do some damage. Right now, I'm a little bit afraid of remaxing with links. I don't know how many larvas and minerals he has, and if like 50 links comes there, they can kill my blink stalkers. So I'm not running up his third. I'm just satisfied with killing his fourth, warping another units, making another expansion, securing it with cannons. I'm preparing for well, a little bit of macro game or something. But I have Stargate, I have Fleet Beacon, but I know that... Fuck this. I know that I basically won the game, and I'm backing off once again. I don't want to take any more damage. I know he's on a free base, so he can't make many broodlords. There will be only few, and he lost most of his infestors. So even if he had some, decent amount of broodlords, like 8, without infestors, it's like not the imba. It can be fought pretty well with just blink stalkers blinking under them. The fungal makes broodlords much stronger. So I'm backing off a little bit. I'm playing it safe because it was an important match and I needed to win. It was not a ladder game, so I said to myself, better to be safe than, you know, be sorry when running up against spines and something. So I'm checking him with my observer. I'm also having my war prism. I killed his fifth, or that was like a little bit of ninja expansion maybe. Right now I'm canceling his fort again. I have some High Templars with every High Templar should have a storm or, you know, feedback, and here it is. Feedbacks on the queen, storm on the units, and I'm gonna blink under the broodlords. There are only 3 broodlords and 1 infestor, and there's a GG from my opponent. So to sum it up, I made a 3 base. I defended with splitting my army, making wall on my ramp, on the cliff, using the cliff. That's very important. It's always better to use a cliff than making a wall just on the plain field. It's always better on every map. You have to search for the spots and think about where to wall off and where not. So, Immortal Sentry Defense, pretty good against roaches. You just need to split your army well and pay attention. And you can do it on Cloud Kingdom. Obviously, it's easier than, like I said, Antigua or something. So, this is it. Thanks for watching. See you in my next videos. You can subscribe if you like this shit.